Alright guys, welcome back once again to another video, and I just want to, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just want to take a second to thank you guys so much for coming to the channel. And I've put it in my descriptions, or I'll put it at the end of the videos. I always reach out to you guys and say, I thank you so much for coming, but it just means so much to me that you guys come to the channel and you like my efforts that I put into what I'm doing with the riffs I come up with, the covers when they do pop up, just any kind of content that I'm uploading for you guys, that you enjoy it. That means everything to me, that you guys get something out of it. So always appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up and subscribing if you're new to the channel, or even going back to all you guys that have been here from pretty much day one when I started my YouTube channel in 2006. It's been a long time, but yeah, before I get into everything, I just wanted to thank you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So before we get into everything, I was very, very excited about this before it showed up at my doorstep, and I'm going to show you guys why. I might go on a little bit of a rant, but I feel like I have a very good valid point to justify why I'm a little pissed off and concerned right now. Let me show you. This has happened to me. This is the second time this has happened to me. So let me flip this mic around. Just give me a second so I'm not echoing. Okay, so you guys, obviously you guys can tell that is a guitar. Now, who in the fuck, excuse my language, but I feel like it's necessary, who the fuck sends a guitar like that to somebody? I don't care what it costs, I don't care how cheap it is, how expensive it is, you do not send a guitar like that to somebody. Like, to me, there's just no excuse for that. That's just laziness. That's not somebody wanting to get a box, go through the packaging process, making sure that it ends up into whoever they sold it to, it ends up there unscathed, perfectly intact. No damage, no nothing. So now I have some serious concerns when I go to open this thing. All I can do at this point is just pray that nothing's wrong with that guitar when I open that case up. I mean, it could have got banged, especially UPS handling the package. God knows what's wrong with this thing, possibly. But yeah, I'm just gonna, dig into it and hope for the best. At least I got my proof right here with this video if anything's wrong with it. But just a little word, my opinion, my advice, and probably a lot of other people who have shipped guitars to other people, you do not send somebody an instrument like this. You just do not do it. So when I open this case up, and if everything's okay, my excitement will kick right back in. And there's a good reason for that. You guys will see when I open this up. If it ain't fucked up. Not supposed to freaking send somebody a guitar like this, or any kind of merch for that matter. You just don't do it. So I had a Jackson Demolition King V sent to me years ago. Same style. Had the the Jackson V case for it, and it showed up to where I was working at the time. It showed up just in the case like that, and I said, "What the hell is this shit?" And obviously, my adrenaline started kicking in because I thought the thing was just going to be all kinds of fucked up when I opened up the case, but fortunately, there was zero wrong with it. It was perfect. And all the guy did, as far as putting any kind of extra packaging in it, a couple newspapers, like in between the strings and, like right around the headstock and the points. That was it. I pray that nothing's wrong with this thing. All right, that little bit of packaging I got off of the case, so we are ready to go. Case has seen better days, but it's an old case. This must be the guy's band or something like that. Beneath Life, it was called. Yeah, this case should have been beneath a freaking shit ton of bubble wrap with a box. What the fuck, dude? Anyway, all right, let's dig in. Here we go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Please don't be fucked up, man. Oh, he's got some. Oh shit. Knocked my goddamn tripod over. I'm sorry about that, fellas. Here, let me do a little quick modification. So here's what we got going down. So you at least got some kind of protection in here, but definitely still not on par with what I would have done. All right, moment of truth. How are we looking, Frasard? Like, who knows? The electronics could have got all fucked up too, for all I know. Alright, it does look like it's perfectly intact. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. But I'm still quite nervous, but pretty excited at the same time. If you guys are wondering why I'm a little speechless right now, obviously two reasons: because I was concerned, and then at the same time I got a huge nostalgia rush right now, because when I was a kid, back when Guitar Center was freaking badass and you could go into their store and you could play all these models. What this is a 1994 Jackson Rhodes Pro. This is from the Professional series. Not many of you guys might know about that, but you guys my age might be familiar with it. So Jackson did this run from 1990 to 1995. These were all made in Japan. They had a lot with their Professional series. They had like the EX models, the standard models, some of the Soloist XLs. Back then they were doing fusions and stealths and things like that too, if any of you guys know what I'm talking about. But all those guitars were made in Japan. Super, super top-notch quality. Part of the run with this one, I just spit on the damn guitar. You fucking asshole. These ones were so good that they actually had to stop production on these because they were competing too much with the USA models at the time. They were just as good, and then sometimes they were blowing away the USA built models, just in terms of quality, craftsmanship, just attention to detail on everything. And fortunately, when I was a kid, I got to play a lot of these, because you'd find them at Guitar Center. They were there for you to play off the, grab off the rack and play. And yeah, like my first year and a half of playing guitar, I sucked, but I was able to, plug in and check these out and, get the feel of it. So I'm a bit spoiled in that regard with these guitars. But when I saw this, I'm like, man, this is a no-brainer, especially with the price that the guy was asking for it. I wanted to have one of these. It's like I'm going back and I'm picking up things that, that I got to enjoy and experience when I was a kid, but never could afford it. Now I'm at that stage of my life to where I can afford these things, and especially when the prices are good. But this is another thing that I love about these early 90s Jackson models, especially when they got that mother of pearl logo. I don't know how much it's popping on this camera, but super, super sharp, tight font. Not all blotchy looking like you see on the new USA Selects, where I think they switched the process. They started doing them like silkscreen, and to me they look like counterfeits. They look like dog shit to me. They just look terrible. I think this is the way to do it right here. I love the way that looks. On the back, got your Allen wrench holders right there. That was on a lot of those guitars, pretty much all of them. And you look for this too. They started doing this around, I think, there we go, around like 92 to about 94, 95 when they finished making this run, and they had to, stop. They didn't have to stop making them, but they did. Yeah, you'd find it on these truss rod covers. But the first couple batches from like 90 to 91, I don't think they were doing them. They were just blank. But this one also, as far as the bridge goes, it's got a Schaller Floyd Rose. So that's a German top-notch, best of the best, freaking top quality Floyd Rose tremolo system right there. Unfortunately, the guy did change the pickups, or somebody who owned it. I don't know if this is the first owner, original owner, if it's been passed around a little bit, but got Duncan design pickups in it. I don't know how they're going to sound. This is, as far as build materials and everything, this is one of the best guitars out there from Jackson from, the early 90s. Yeah, if it's underwhelming, actually, I got a DiMarzio X2N on the way that I was planning on dropping in this guitar. So, yeah, I get to see what that one's all about. That's going to be my first DiMarzio pickup. I swear the craftsmanship on this guitar is just, God, it's amazing. Frets feel really good too. No overhang, all done very well. They're just a little bit dirty. They got a little bit of gunk and funk on them, but take care of that. That's what I do when I get my guitars. I just take the strings off and clean them up, give them the TLC that they deserve, and set them up the way I want to. I'm thinking, I don't have any guitars currently in standard B, so I'll probably put this sucker in standard B. So I can play like some Chrissy in and some of that kind of shit. Yeah, because I got like, you know, I got a couple drop Bs, but I don't have any standard B right now. I think some of you guys have asked too in the past, why don't you play in C? I never heard anything in C. It's a thing that I kind of had for quite a while is with, I always notice like all the metalcore, emo, cut your wrist because I can't stop crying, I'm a little bitch kind of music. They all tune the drop C or that C tuning, and I wasn't having it. But at the same time, like Incantation, Immolation, there's some other death metal bands that tune into that, but I just, yeah, it's this part of me that just can't go away. I can't shake it. So you won't find any guitars in C tuning or drop C for that matter in my collection. I still ain't having it. Yeah, I want to plug this thing in and check it out because he didn't detune the strings. He should have, my opinion, but yeah, it sounds like it's in E flat, so I can play some Slayer riffs or something if you guys don't mind. You know, I don't mind. What I'm noticing too about the neck is compared to my USA Rhodes, like you guys have come to the channel, you guys know that I've had, you know, a 97 Randy Rhodes one that my dad bought me when I was a kid. I was about 12 when he bought me that guitar, and I got a whole story behind that. That was probably the biggest steal in history as far as the kind of deal that I got on that guitar that my dad ended up buying for, yeah, it was either my Christmas gift or my birthday. I just couldn't quite remember because it was so long ago. It was one of those two that he got it for me. But this neck on here definitely feels a lot thinner. It's a lot more shred-tastic of a neck compared to that one because, yeah, on that USA Randy Rhodes, it's more of like a Les Paul kind of C shape to it. And this one's just, man, I'm really, really digging this neck. And I don't mind the, you know, when you got like the gloss finish on the necks. It's not a showstopper for me. It never slows me down or anything. Unless I got cold hands or something like that. But no, I like it, you know, and I like the way it looks. So let's plug this sucker in real quick and see what she has to offer. Hopefully electronics ain't all banged up and shit, so we're not in the clear just yet. These pickups are incredibly shit. Oh my god, is that weak as hell. Wow. It's like overdrive territory. Hang on. Give me something good, man. You sound like a little bitch right now. I really got to turn the gain up on this sucker. I can't wait to throw an X2N in this son of a bitch. It needs it bad. However that riff goes. I don't know, now that I kicked the gain up, it actually sounds not too bad. But I still got that pickup on the way. I'm going to change it regardless. But yeah, it was just a matter of I got to boost the gain quite a bit in my amp just to, you know, obviously make it sound somewhat on par with everything else that I got in my other guitars. But this, man, this neck is such a treat. It feels great. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. I had that microphone flipped the other way, so if the audio sounded a bit shit, I apologize for that. We got it up on the table now. I'm just gonna kind of give it the scenic overview. We're just gonna kind of tour the guitar, show you how beautiful this thing is. These were mother of pearl inlays that they were doing too. The shark fin were all mother of pearl, as opposed to when they started cheaping out and starting to put the pearloids on there, just plastic cheap shit. And yeah, and then along the way they started changing out the bridges, using, you know, more inferior quality bridges on their guitars. Yeah, things just started to kind of cheap out. I mean, a lot of you guys know, once Fender bought out Jackson in like 2002, everything just went to shit, in my opinion. I mean, I used to be the biggest Jackson fanboy. That was all I would play. That's all I would look at. And then ever since, Fender took over, all the guitars that I did purchase and the ones that I played, there's just a night and day difference, just how shit they were compared to what they used to be. And the ones that I have in my collection, there's a lot wrong with them. I mean, a couple of them still sound pretty good, but yeah, as far as comparing quality and craftsmanship, it's not even close. But this right here, I just try to get my hands on when the time's right and everything to get these early 90s Jackson models. What's going to be interesting too is I haven't got my USA Rhodes back from my guitar tech. He's still working on it, you know, because like the logo was peeling up. There was a problem with that, which I knew, you know, before I picked the guitar up. But he's in the process of fixing that, making it look as good as new. And once I get that guitar back, we're going to do a head-to-head comparison in terms of just looking over everything with a fine-tooth comb, as far as the craftsmanship, the fretwork, the paint, the sound, playability, how the neck profile feels compared to each guitar, things of that nature. That's going to be a fun video for me to do. So let me just kind of, you guys already seen this. I just bumped the damn camera, dickhead. This is a really, really nice ebony board too on top of it. So that's the back side. It's all neck through. These are poplar wings. And you got a maple neck. And it's a bound ebony fretboard. And I'm about to run out of memory on this camera. That sucks. Yeah, there's just a little bit of cos wear, but nothing I'm gonna see when I'm playing, because I get to enjoy a guitar that I got to play when I was a kid, and now I personally own it, which is freaking awesome. Yeah, she's beautiful, man. Very beautiful. Alright guys, so I didn't get into anything too crazy. I just wanted to see real quick what this sounded like plugged in. As you guys seen and I described, I had to turn the gain up on my amp quite a bit just to get anything out of these pickups. I mean, all the settings that are on board on my PV Invective mini head, that's what I've been playing through primarily. I still play my Randall from time to time, but not nearly as much as I play that PV. But I gotta boost up the gain quite a bit just to get these pickups to kind of hang with my other shit that I have, up on my walls. But I mean, it's not a total dud of a pickup as what I initially thought. But I mean, I already got that X2N on the way, so I won't have to dial up my gain as much as I have to for these pickups. It kind of reminds me of my green Jackson SLXT that I have behind the camera right now, the lime green one. It's got the stock HCEMGs in it, and yeah, you gotta crank up a significant amount of gain to get anything out of that guitar. When you do, it sounds good, but I shouldn't have to do that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to regardless of getting that DiMarzio pickup and seeing what that's like. I just like having different pickups and different guitars, just getting different sounds out of each of them, which is what I pretty much have. A lot of my stuff has different pickups in it. I'm gonna check. I gotta show you guys too. He had some goodies in that case as well. I'm not as pissed off as I initially first was. I mean, that's still, like, you don't pack a guitar that way, but I feel a lot better knowing that the thing is okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Hang on a second. So in the case he had, this looks like a cover for the back side. And then we got this one with the partial crack on it. I keep these things off anyway because my guitars, I'm always kind of having to adjust them anyway because, the temperature changes and stuff like that where I live. So I keep them open, just that way I don't have to unscrew them and have to go through all that bullshit. And then he's also got the original tremolo inside this package. So yeah, these are what was coming on the these models back in the day. So this is good to have this this extra piece of steel in my possession, this extra plate. Yeah, we might find a home for it somewhere. So there's that, and yeah, like I said earlier, those Duncan design pickups, that's not what was coming in these guitars when they initially, when you'd buy them off the shelves or from Jackson. They were coming with Jackson stock pickups, and from what I heard, they weren't too bad. They were actually pretty good. But this one, yeah, it's got these Duncan designs in it. And I'm just gonna leave the neck pickup in. The neck pickup, actually, you guys didn't hear it on camera. I was kind of doodling with it a little bit. It sounds pretty good. It's not bad. So I can use that when it comes to soloing. I'll make this thing a fully functional tremolo. I got a couple of them in my arsenal that are just blocked because I just primarily use them for rhythm. But this one I'm going to make fully functional, and it's going to be B for brutal. So we're going to put B tuning on this sucker, standard B. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I got to get to the gym as usual. I got to go do my thing. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said in the video, in the beginning of the video, thank you guys so much for coming to the channel and showing your support. And that makes me happy that you guys get something out of these videos. Whether it's me just jamming on my guitars, like when I come home from work and I'm just jamming riffs. I got riff ideas. I share them with you guys. When I get time to do my covers, and I got time to do all these other things, to add to the content for the channel. Just the fact that you guys enjoy the content, that makes me really happy. So once again, you guys stay safe out there. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.